What is up, Undead cast? Today I'm joined by the man, the myth-busting legend, CodeNamePizza.
What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? How are you doing, by the way?
I'm
You had
doing
a good day?
amazing. Tired, but amazing.
Brilliant,
All right,
dude. I'm so
so
excited to be on the podcast.
oh yeah, I'm super grateful to have you on. We had Chopper on last time, so to have you on is
My
definitely.
boy,
I'm sat
my
here not
boy.
fanning myself. I'm like, try not to fanboy too much. This has got to be done properly.
Oh no, dude. Chopper is literally my brother from another mother, and I have a weird feeling that some of the questions that you asked me today, if you've already asked Chopper, they're going to be pretty similar
Yeah.
answers. Because I feel like we have like such a same unique take on things
We definitely
compared to other
talked a
people.
lot about Outbreak. We had the same
Okay,
views on Outbreak. All right, so we'll
okay.
get
Well, I'm
straight to the
excited.
first question with you then. We won't waste any
Okay,
of your time. So we're going to talk Season 4 Reloaded first.
okay.
What are your thoughts so far? What we've seen some short trailers. We've seen, obviously, some screenshots. They posted something yesterday as well. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on the map so far, and what would you like to see in it?
Okay, so I may butcher the name, More de Toten.
You know, I say Moa, so...
Okay, well there you go. One of us is wrong, or maybe both. I don't know. But I like everything I see so far. I said this on my stream the other day that I think putting de Toten on something really holds a lot of weight, and they have to do that right. Like the last one they put it on is Tag de Toten, and even though it may have not been the most fan favorited map, I think that in the end, it was a good map. It was a good Easter egg, and I think it lived up to the de Toten name, just like Kino de Toten or Nagder and Toten.
Yeah.
And more de Toten has to live up to that de Toten name as well. And I think they are very much hyping it up. And normally when Treyarch hypes something up, it tends to be pretty darn good. Like so I'm excited in that regards. I'm also excited to see how the storyline goes. I'm not a massive fan of the Cold War story compared to like stories that we've had in the past. But I am intrigued to see if we see any returning characters. I think we may just see Edward Richtofen or Eddie return in this map, or at least at some point soon, and hopefully this map. But yeah, no, it sounds good. Elements of Kino de Toten, elements of Verrucht inside of there as well. Two fan favorited maps. I'm down. Really excited. What about you?
I'm always excited for stuff like this. Have you noticed as well that every map we've had that's based in Berlin has always been a solid map? Like there has not been one map we haven't enjoyed in Berlin. So
That's true.
They're definitely living up to the expectation of high standards when they're bringing it to Berlin. Because every map we've had, such as Kino and more, they've all been solid bangers, and they've all like paved the way for some of the story or just part of the story. They've always been up there with some of the best. But I agree. I think we're going to see at least some remnants of Eddie in this next one. I think if we don't, I'll be very confused if we don't. As you said, the story is lacking a bit. But at the same time, we haven't seen enough. So hopefully this one, they really do push it, because they said at the end of the Outbreak 2 Easter egg, it was going to lead to more. And I didn't really get much of any type of lead to us going to Berlin. I just kind of saw Raptor 1 get demised, and that was it. So
yeah. But you are right, man. There's so many connections between, like, the only character we've got at the minute that was even part of the last storyline is Samantha, and there's so many connections with Samantha and Kino and Eddie and Kino. There was so much that went on there between the two of them. That it'd be a shame if they don't include Eddie in this next map, or any sign of him, any storyline secrets or anything like that that does revolve around Eddie. I'll be really kind of disappointed. But
there is a worry at the moment, though, isn't there? Though from the radios that the boy could be Eddie. They think is dead.
I think so. Yeah, possibly. And they can't do that. It'd be so dumb. It'd be so dumb just to do that, and that's it. Like it'd be stupid.
Any way to kill the zombie community would be to do that. Like to tease it all that way. And just but nope, he's dead.
Exactly.
We don't get
and
to
they
see
know
it.
how much we want him back. They know how much we want him back. They know that we need that kind of not similarity, but like something from the old games that can kind of bring new or old players back to this one, because the popularity of Cold War is definitely dipping. And it was big on release. A lot of people played on release, but my goodness, I've seen the numbers drop so quickly with this game.
Which
so
is
I
a
think
shame.
they need to bring back. Yeah, it is, because the thing is, I think personally for me, the gameplay element of it itself may be one of my favorite ever. Like, it plays brilliantly. There's a few things that I think, that's weird, but the way it plays itself, I think it's really, really good. So it'd be a shame for it to die so quickly, but Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Edward Richtofen, maybe we'll see him.
So I'm pretty sure me, you, and Chopper are on the same wavelength with Outbreak. It is a really good game mode. I can see it definitely changing things up. So we'll move on to the next one, the Part 2 Easter egg, and what your thoughts that were, your favorite parts of it, and maybe the bits you didn't enjoy the most.
Okay, well, I thought it was good. I actually really enjoyed it, and I did prefer it over the first Easter egg on Outbreak as well. The first Easter egg was questionable. It was kind of like a massive setup, a really boring setup with boring steps and nothing interested in it until you get to the silo. Once you're there, the Easter egg steps in the silo are brilliant. And I think personally, they are the greatest Easter egg steps that we've seen in Cold War in general so far. And of course, the boss fight was really good as well. So I feel like the second Easter egg was better overall. So I think what they really should have done in hindsight is taken a little bit longer and released the two together as one Easter egg. And basically you can do the first step to the first Easter egg, then you go on to the second Easter egg and do the escort step, get over to where you've got to see Raptor 1, but instead of getting on Raptor 1 just crashes in front of you. Then after that, you go to the silo and then you fight the Legion boss fight and that's the end of it.
Yeah, no, I can see that. So instead of you beat obviously the Legion, and then after that it kind of sends you to Sanatorium for the next part, or there's a red portal, isn't there?
Yeah.
Either way, that could have worked really well.
Two together.
And like not exfilling would have probably made it work. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's actually probably so, and it would have made it so much longer. It would have made it so much longer, and I feel like all them steps together combined would have made like one giant Easter egg, which Outbreak probably deserves one giant Easter egg.
Exactly. Like you look at the Easter eggs at the minute, and it's kind of pathetic. Like you look at D Machina. Like we got first in the world on that map. It took us like 2.5 hours. And then Firebase Z, I think, took 2 hours. Both Outbreak Easter eggs took 2 hours. When you consider what we had in like Black Ops 4, I think the longest Black Ops 4 took like a week. You look at Black Ops 3, the longest was 2 weeks. Yeah. So we've just not had that kind of Easter egg that's taken very long inside of zombies at all. And I think if you would have put the two together and spanning those across 5 different Outbreak maps, and maybe including a couple of steps where it's to find one very specific thing inside of one of those maps and then go on to the next one, it would have made that Easter egg quest way longer, and it builds up hype. Treyarch forget this. They forget that, you know, the longer the Easter egg hunt is, the more the community get behind it and get involved with it, and the more popular it gets, the more people come back to the game to see if people have finished the Easter egg yet. So it's a little bit lackluster at the minute, and I'm hoping Mortar Totem can take more than 24 hours. I'll be so happy, but I'm not. I don't think it will. But we'll see.
Because I agree with you, because it's almost like they want us to get the hype of completion and not the hype of hunting. I agree with you on that, because the team I was with that was doing part 2 when we were hunting. We got 3rd in the world for completion.
Nice.
We were just Greg got to the boss fight first, and then obviously we were just behind and ended up completing it. So it was I at the same time, like when we got to the boss, I was like, nah, there's got to be more than just this order. Like they couldn't have just thrown this order at us, because he just got melted. You got a few ring of fires, and you just obliterate him pretty much. So I was like, when the helicopter crashed, I was like, oh, maybe the story's going to continue now. We've got to find our way out of here. But no, it ended. I was like, oh. Then we got the cheesy to be continued, but not as good as the original to be continued.
No, dude, I'm getting so annoyed with them just recycling stuff. Recycling stuff's fine, but when you recycle stuff that much, like Firebase Z, oh, an order. Outbreak just in general, oh, it's an order. And now it's an order again as the boss fight of Outbreak 2. It's like, okay.
There was one thing me and Chopper said. I wonder if you'll agree on it. So they brought in the new map Zoo.
Yeah.
And they already have the elephant from 9 in the game, because it's in Dead Ops Arcade. You can beat Why did they not think, change the order out, put the elephant in?
Dude, I do not know. And it's so freaking annoying, man. There's just so many things that, you know, Outbreak was very much something that was spoken about. Like when we went to go and play Black Ops 4 early, it was kind of spoken about then a little bit, like not Outbreak in the name Outbreak, but it was kind of like, in this new, they were basically saying that they're gonna have custom mutations where you can place anything on anything, and they said that they had like inside of Blackout, they managed to put the Origins robots walking across Blackout, and they were just like saying how crazy it could be, like you could place anything inside of the game. So it was kind of like Outbreak before Outbreak. And it's just so annoying that they've never lived up to that. They've never lived up to the fact where they place bosses like that, like you just said, like the elephant boss fight on Zoo. And it's just weird, man. It's kind of like it's a whole different team working on the game, and it's nothing to do with the original team that was even working on zombies. It's just strange.
Yeah, it definitely does get confusing. That was one thing we did mention about that. So, yeah, I think we agree mostly on Outbreak. I think we're pretty similar views, which is nice because sometimes I say on stream about Outbreak and I'll get like shat on for anything I say good about Outbreak.
Dude, I do as well. I feel like 99% of people just hate on Outbreak, even though I think it's the best zombies game mode we've probably ever had. Like Grief's fun, man, but it's just so simple. It's just zombies, but with another team.
Same with Crank.
Like this. Dude, yeah, exactly. Dude, I don't really like Crank.
That's
so
stress.
boring.
That's just stressing zombies.
The downfall for this game, I initially saw it when we were all really enjoying Die Maschine. Got up to Christmas, we were like, oh, dude, an update, I can't wait. And then we get that weird Christmas update, which is just Die Maschine, but you can't do the Easter egg. Yeah, and you just can't do the Easter egg on it. I'm like, okay, well, this game's going to be weird. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
But I do have fun. I play a lot of Cold War. I'm playing Cold War right now. I'm literally just I'm doing the Outbreak Easter egg right now as we speak.
Which one?
And the first one. Yeah, I like it a lot, man. I like Outbreak a lot, but there's definitely room for improvement, and you never know. I'm hoping we see it pushed over to Vanguard as well. The rumors, speculations at the minute is that, you know, the storyline's going to continue in Call of Duty Vanguard or Call of Duty 2021, whatever we want to call it. And it depends how much Sledgehammer has put into it, how much work Sledgehammer has done before Treyarch came along. But if we get Outbreak on that game, dude, I'm so down, because I think the one thing that the Darky storyline's lacking right now is World War II elements to it. I think it would work way better with World War II elements. Like, I don't know. So we'll see. But I hope we see more Outbreak. I really do. But I don't want them to waste time on it, because definitely round-based is the way that popularity is right now. And I think definitely as a content creator, we need more stuff that's popular other than stuff that's fun to play, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So there was something I noticed while I brought up Chopper as well. You noticed with Die Maschine, and not so much Firebase, but mainly Die Maschine. So Die Maschine, you've got the dark element, you've got the torch, and I feel like that obviously represents World War II zombies. It feels like that because it's so dark, and everything in World War II was dark, gritty. Did you feel like you got the same vibe from Moa de Toten, how dark and eerie it was going to be? Do you feel like World War II element had their a lot on in this map before Treyarch got their hands onto it?
I think it's possible. I think that if you take all of the trailers and everything that we've seen so far from more, I think that if the rumors are true that this might be the last map, I don't personally think it is. I think there's one more map after this, and I think there's possible Zombie Chronicles 2. But the thing is, they can save that from whenever they want and put it on a game pop. But I don't personally think it's the last map. But if it is the last map, it would make sense.
Yeah.
It literally feels like it could be the map that leads into a World War II type of game. It feels World War II-ish from what we've seen so far. Like you said, with the elements of kind of being scary and being alone with having that flashlight. I think it's possible. And if it is the last map, then it will definitely go into Vanguard very, very well. But I'm praying it's not. I'm praying that we do have one more map at least.
Is that something as well? An element that's missing lately is zombies kind of missed the point of being a bit creepy and scary. So let's take it all the way back to World at War. We got Nacht and Toten, Varrock, for instance. Them sprinters, you turn for a split second, look back, they're in your face. And Shina Numa, they're all. Obviously, these are all great maps. Like, you can't deny this is that they were the beginning of everything. They creme de la creme. But how dark and creepy zombies used to be, I don't know if it's because we've aged with it and played it so long it stops being creepy. But do you feel like it's kind of dumbed down slightly?
I think so, but I also think the best zombies we've ever had aesthetically is probably Black Ops 3.
I agree.
Dude, I'm just such a fan of the you know, like the neon kind of color. It was so vibrant. The saturation on that game was insane, and I'm missing that. Cold War feels better than World War II did, but it's possibly the grayish or grayest zombies we've had since Black Ops 1, minus going into the Dark Ether mode. Like, that's kind of cool. Where
kind of reminds you of Raid in the Redwoods.
Oh, dude, I think they used the same engine for that. I think they used the same like the same build of whatever they managed to do for Rave mode. I think they literally used it. I think I spoke to a dev once and they were like, yeah, we use that. So
That's
so
good
yeah,
to know.
yeah. So I think that I think we might be missing a little bit more vibrance.
Yeah.
But you are right. The grittiness of zombies and having it being scary, it's very much now just about, you know, you don't feel alone anymore.
Yeah.
It just feels. I think the last map where you felt truly alone might have been, I don't know, maybe Shino Numa. No, not Shino Numa, Zetsubo. Zetsubo and Oshima.
Yeah. I think Zets gave a proper Shino vibe,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
it? I said this on stream how beautiful Zets was, even though it was creepy. Like just to look, the ideas that went into that map was insane. So yeah, I agree. With Moa though as well, like I feel like they've gone back to the creep stage. Like that trailer we saw with the train zooming past and the body flying out, that kind of. If I hadn't seen that in the trailer and that had loaded into the map in the beginning, I would have probably pooed myself. Like you just spawn in and that happens.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Dude, I'm really excited for it, and I don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like I've been let down a little bit from the other maps, but my goodness, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of like creepiness surrounding it, and if it is like that, then I'll be thrilled.
Yeah.
We are definitely lacking something like that, but I'm excited. I just hope the Easter egg lasts for a day, not 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't have faith. I would love to say I have faith, but I don't. But man, the one problem with Cold War with the Easter eggs is the fact that everything is told to us what to do. That's why it finished so quickly. It's not about people figuring out individual steps anymore. It's literally the first person to figure the first step out will finish it. Because they literally get the first step and then it's just told to you what you have to do at that point. You just go straight to the end. Like you gotta, I can't think of any first in the world on this game where the first in the world didn't, where someone could have got first in the world but they died in the boss fight. And I don't think that's ever happened. And that didn't even happen in Black Ops 4, to be honest. There's just too many things that you can rely on and fall back on to stay alive in this game as well. We'll see, man. I'm just praying that we have a little bit of a longer Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so coming off of ZWC now, we were all watching you play. When it came to the event, what was your most favorite part of it favorite like challenge to do to your least favorite challenge? This is one thing most people want to know.
That is a good question. Well, I did not do any practice at all.
Oh, okay.
Because number one, because of the baby. I got to look after my baby. And number two, for the full week before it, I was sick in bed with like the worst stomach bug. So I was completely out for the count for a week. So I did not practice at all. So in regards to that, I was very content with how I performed.
Yeah, you did. No, you did well. I think this is what I was saying because some of my team were in a call and we were just saying like we watch you stream as well. So it's almost like not talking rubbish on any other player or stream, but you're not only good at zombies, you're good at telling the story as well. So like when people watch you play, it's enjoyable to watch. And I think this is why I was trying to mix in with your content as well as ZWC because. Even though I was watching you on ZWC, it still felt like I was watching Pizza's stream. Like you could see you were still playing how you would normally play. You're just a generally good player and streamer. Yeah,
well, dude, I had to learn really quickly when I first started streaming. When I first started streaming, it was like just as Black Ops 3 came out, and there really wasn't anyone apart from Noah streaming in the community. So I was like, okay, this is going to be my niche, kind of. This is how we're going to kind of grow the channel a little bit. And I knew that I kind of needed to have a little bit of an edge on other people. So you still see people today, even if they're popular streamers, they literally just are playing the game and they have an absolute interaction with the chat.
Yeah.
And they literally just sit there quiet and it's so weird.
Yeah.
And I always just thought that what's the best thing that I could do? Well, I think the best thing I can do is do what I would watch. So do something that's like fully entertaining and also good gameplay, I guess. But,
I think that's one thing people love about you as well, because even though you're playing a game people per se say it's struggling or not enjoyable, every time I've come into your stream and you're playing it, you're smiling, enjoying it. And I think that's what we need. We need more people that are actually really hyped about what they do in the community, because I think I don't even know how many years I've watched you now, but everything you've done has been enjoyable to watch, and I think that's something you will be known for in the zombies community, is that guy is just generally the happiest zombies player going.
That means a lot, man. Yeah, I tried to stay happy. It annoys me so much when you see people being negative. Like, I don't know why. Like, it just annoys me. Like, if you
Yeah.
are only here once, man, you gotta live it up. You gotta just be happy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but going back to the ZWC question, I think always my favorite challenges are always going to be the Easter egg speedruns. It's kind of where I've come from doing Easter eggs, and I might not be the fastest in the world, but I'm definitely
No.
I would very much say that I'm the fastest YouTuber out of like all
Yeah.
stuff like that. And yeah,
Well,
so
not
I
many people
enjoy it
can
a
do
lot.
an Easter egg and talk to a very active chat. So for you to,
Exactly.
I see you beating your personal best quite a lot recently, which is, I think
Yeah.
that's a good, like, it doesn't matter about speedrunning to beat other people. Like, you're here to better yourself by beating your personal best. And I think that's something people enjoy as well. It's not that you're
Yeah.
going out to beat the rest, you're trying to beat yourself.
Yeah, well, dude, I really enjoyed the D Machinery Strike speedrun for ZWC the other day, because dude, I've not done a real speedrun of that since probably the first week that the map came out, and my times are always trash. I think the best I got was like 32 minutes. So then I was practicing I had practiced a little bit, like a few hours before ZWC. I messaged someone and I was like, dude, can you just give me a brief rundown of how I'm supposed to do this Easter egg a little bit quicker? So I asked No Thumbs crew leader Maniac, and he just sent me a little bit of a breakdown. And yeah, so I kind of took all that in. And then ZWC, I technically got my personal best, which was like 30 minutes in ZWC. Yeah. And then I did it on stream again the day after ZWC and got a 27-27. So I'm happy with that.
You get better every day.
Yeah, exactly. But they're definitely my favorite events. The booting on BO3 really annoyed me because I was probably gonna get my personal best on DE, or personal best on classics DE. Dude, I would have won. That's so funny. That I would have won the challenge on DE classics, which that would have been fun.
I just missed the booting. I just went off to go see my dad, and I came back and just saw Twitter going insane about it. I was like, oh my god, what's happened?
Yeah, I was going so quick. Like, apparently when we were going like back in time, me and Kingman were perfectly level in like play, which is brilliant because that boy just spends his entire life on zombies. Like, he is literally he's just a goat, man. And like to say I've got a baby and I've got to spend time with my baby and look after my baby, and like I barely got any time to do anything. To say I managed to keep up with Kingman is I'm very happy with that. But then I think I overtook him as well. And it would have been, if neither of us would have got booted, it literally would have been one of those amazing speedrun races where you see where they're literally like neck and neck for the entire thing, and it would have been good. Maybe we need to schedule like a rematch on stream or something.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
It'd be really, really fun. But yeah, no, that would have been good. That annoyed me a lot because I love DE, and I am potentially very, very, very good at DE. But yeah, so they're my favorite challenges. Least favorite challenges by far, everything else, literally everything else, because I'm not built to do round 30 speedruns. I've never done a round 30 speedrun. It was literally my first time I've even tried any of them when at ZWC. But say I only DNF'd on one map, I'm all right with that. Yeah, I did all right. And say that I was like Pack-a-Puncher was the only guy that beat me out of the YouTubers. To say that when I had absolutely zero practice, and the only thing that tailors to me is speedruns, and there was only one speedrun, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, you did. No, honestly, did well, but there was a heartbreak in Die Machine. I'm sure you saw it.
What was that?
Chopper's heartbreak. Running to the exit, and he kept getting hit. He got stuck in the most horrible spot I've ever seen somebody die in. He was on such a good time. And he was running, got hit by the blue thing down, hit by the blue thing down, and then again to knock him out. He didn't move from that spot. That was the cruelest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was not watching that at the time. I think I went to go and get a drink, but I kept my headphones on. And I heard the commentators like saying that he got stuck on one of those blue things.
He was stuck in between two. Like, poor guy. I'd never seen something so horrible in my life ever happen to somebody.
It's so annoying, man, because you look at Chop's built different. Chopper plays zombies fairly similar to me.
Yeah.
But we have like I have a slight weakness, which is I'm not good at like high round, and my movement's really good, but Chopper's movement's better. And Chopper's okay, like he's good at Easter eggs, but I'm better at Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So I think we even out there and kind of very similar in skill level with zombies. But man, I think you would have an insane player if you could take me and Chopper and put us together and fuse us into one guy.
Imagine. You'd be the one. That's it. That's
dude.
it. Dr. Monty and the Shadow Man, the one. That's it. That's what we need.
It's just me and Chopper. Yeah, dude, I love Chopper a lot, man. Like I said, brother from another mother.
He is an amazing guy. I do appreciate him coming on here. He was really nice. Obviously, we had a bit of a blip at the beginning with his as well. Like I said, he was really nice about it. Didn't give me too much stick about it. We had a laugh. But yeah. I won't keep you too long because I know you said you only have a little bit of time, and obviously you being a dad now, I don't want to be stealing all your time because I'm sure you've got plenty you need to do as well, being the busy man you are. Are you streaming today?
Yeah, definitely. Stream every weekday.
that's insane to me, man. So I have massive respect for you keeping up with the massive grind. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I'm just lazy as it is.
You can't even, man. If it like full time, like, dude, this has been my full-time job for 5 years now, like coming on 6 years, and it still scares me every single day that I wake up that I literally control the fact if I can eat next month. I've literally got to work.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, gotta stream.
Well, anyway, Pizza, a big thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate this. If you guys if you guys live under a rock somehow don't know who Pizza is, all his links will be in the description. Go check out his streams. You'll see what I mean. The dude is the nicest guy I've probably actually met in the zombie community. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Pizza. I really appreciate it.
I do. You're more than welcome anytime, brother.
All right, guys. Until the next one. Peace out.
See you later.